how much word count should you use on your website is dependent on the people around you and their ranking, if that makes sense. So what do I mean? So you need to base the ranking factors you need to go at and how hard by the magnitude of which your competition is also going at them, right? So if you're trying to figure out the word count on your page, you need to look at what's ranking around you if you're doing local SEO. So if everyone else around you has a 5,000 word count, you might want to consider doing around 5,100 words on your page to beat them out, right? Now, this isn't a guarantee, but this is one of the factors. This is one of the SEO ranking factors you can look at. So, as an example, what we're going to do is I'm going to search a few keywords or services in different areas, and we're going to look at their word counts for those each individual keywords to set like the example of what word count should we use if we were trying to rank for this keyword in this area, right? So we're going to open all of these. And we're going to use this little Chrome extension from Ahrefs, and we're going to look at the content. And we're going to see for this page, there is 2,500 words. This page has 4,000. This page has 34, 24, 2,500, 3,300, 7,100. Then we've got almost 11,000. And so we have two outliers here. We have a 7,000 and we have an 11,000. Those are, I would say those are outliers. And in the range, we can see the bottom out is 2,500 words and the top range is 1,100. Or sorry, not 1,100, 11,000. So what I would recommend is to be slightly above average in that range. So I would probably have a page that has that 3,300 or that 3,500 word count. I would not be at that top range because as we can see, even though this is only one search, as we went in order of the web pages, the rankings got lower and the word count went higher. Now, that might be because the word count went so high that the keyword density or the keyword frequency as a percentage went down, and what may have caused them to also rank lower. Then we're going to try criminal defense attorney in Colorado and see what is their word counts. So we've got this one, content 7,500, 19, 400, 2,600, 2,900, 600, and 2,100. So this one's a little bit lower. Now, I would make a bias or an assumption that Colorado has a little bit of less competition than Miami, but that doesn't guarantee anything. But it is of interest for me to note that the top 7 rankings for this location and this keyword, you have 2 pages with around 800 words. Now, because if we were to average this out, you would still be around that 2,500 to 3,000 word count. That's the range I would be in. I think it was this page. I would not go towards this higher word count of 7,500. Now, this does set an example that we can get away with this word count, but it does not mean that we should. And another thing that I just thought of is let's look at the second page and let's see what's going on in the second page. Maybe we can notice a trend here. So we can see 4,900, 1,100, 700, 600, 1,100, 1,200, 600, 15, 15, 2,000. And so now after doing that one, we can see that on the second page, we had a lot higher frequency of pages with below 800 word counts. We saw a few 1,500. And so this, for me personally, reinforces my decision to have a word count around that to like 2,500 to 3,000 if I was trying to rank for this specific keyword in this area. Now we'll do HVAC company Dallas. And for this one, I will go ahead and open the second page as well. Avoid Yelp because that's not really a service provider. And we are trying to mimic a service provider because we're doing research as if we are offering that service in that area. So we'll go here, we'll look at their word count, 2,200, 1,300, 1,000. Okay, we'll come back to that one. So it'll take a second to load. We got 1,400, 1,300, 14, 5. Now we got 26. 13 again. This page doesn't exist. Then we got 11. We got 7. We got another 1,100. We got 45. We've got 850. We've got 28. And we've got another 1,200. And we've got an 850. Now, what's interesting for this one is the higher word count ones tended to be at the bottom or lower rankings. Now, this isn't a guarantee, but what was interesting to see is that for this keyword in this area, the word count is way lower than the personal injury lawyer in Miami. For this one, we're looking around, I would say like 1,500 to 2,000 would be like my range of a word count for the, if I was trying to rank this page, which is interesting because that's almost 1,000 word difference than the personal injury lawyer. So now we'll do one more area. So we'll go Plumber Austin, Texas, and we'll look at these. And this time we'll also include the second page. I know I clicked on Angie's list, so I'll probably have to, we'll still look at it. We'll include it in the data just to see kind of what's happening. Okay, so then we'll use our Ahrefs Chrome extension. So we got a 1,600 word count. Then we got a 1,300 word count, 6,500 word count. Okay. 2,000 word count. We've got 1,900 word count, 1,500 word count. We got 2,200, got 1,800, 1,400. We've got 2,700. We've got 3,700. And then we got a 700, 3,100, 16, 900, 1,400. This page can't be reached. And then we got a Forbes article, which is 4,500. So now this keyword, this area, we can see that this keyword is also having a little bit of a higher word count. We're in like that, I would say 25 to 3,500 keyword count range. So if I was trying to rank for Plumber Austin, Texas, I would have my keyword count be in that range. And so this is interesting to see how we can go from these different areas, these different keywords, these services, and we could see a pretty wide range of keyword or a wide range of word count and what we would need to be with what we would need to beat. And so if you're looking at what your word count should be, I would look in your service area and see what is your current competition doing. What's their word count? I wouldn't go necessarily for your competition that has a higher word count, the highest word count, right? A few of those, we saw some really big outliers at the like that 11,000 and the 7,500. So I would take an average of that, or what you could also do is you could remove the outliers. So like, let's say you could remove those 500s and you can remove the 11,000, and then you could take those in the center and average those out and get a better distribution, or you get a better average because you don't have these giant outliers that could be taking over your average and fall in line in that range. Hope it helps.